Greetings and salutations, everybody. Rad Dreams here with Rad Dreams Review. And today is going to be a bit of a somber video because we are going to be speaking on the DC1 Gen Con Online Cup that is happening right now. I just finished, round 4 technically. And I'm here to kind of tell you what happened with this event and how kind of terrible it was. Suffice to say, if I'm being, that's being nice, right? So going into this, it was a little slow. It was supposed to start at noon, and we were given like a 30-minute extension due to a lot of people having problems with the TCG Plus app, which is the Bandai app that came out because they were, this is the first big tournament that they were using it for. So a lot of folks were having issues with that. There was people just being late in terms of submitting deck lists, which I don't really have sympathy for them, unfortunately. I know that's kind of a bad thing to say, but listen, you had plenty of time to submit your deck list, and people were submitting deck lists after, the cutoff time, and they were allowed to do so because of the technical difficulties. So I get it, but that's neither here nor there. So, again, we're starting 30 minutes late. Then after round 1 begins the mass exodus of, people dropping. And then we get roughly another 30 or so minutes for that because, everybody's dropping and the software has to, populate and calculate and all that jazz. So at this point, it's roughly like 2:33 o'clock range. Or no, excuse me. What was it? Yeah, it was about 2 o'clock range, like 2:30ish, maybe. Anywho. So then we play round 2, and then everybody, does their thing. There's some more people dropping. We didn't think anything of it, and then things were taking a little bit longer. So we're like, okay, well, what the heck is going on? It was taking extremely, extremely long. It was another 30 minutes. Nothing. Then it was another 15 or 20 minutes, nothing. And then the judges decide, okay, well, hey, the Bandai TCG Plus app is taking way too long. Let's scrap it because at this point, if we're doing best of 3 format and the app is taking this long to populate and everything, let's just screw it and go with TCG Meister instead. So they're just like, hey, take an hour lunch. We'll come back. Hopefully things get fixed. So we take an hour lunch. At this point, it's past 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it has been roughly 3 hours since the technical difficulty, which is a long period of time, unfortunately. So a lot of folks began to drop because of that, because they're just like, okay, well, I don't want to devote my entire day to this because this is insane right now. So then they fix the problem and they start round 3. And at this point, it's 5:45 range, almost 6. And then they decide to change the entire rules of the game. Instead of making a best of 3 format, it's a best of 1 format, which definitely irked a lot of players. I know I was a little PO'd because I was in the middle of my game and, I was losing. So I was just thinking to myself, oh, okay, well, I can recover. It's best of 3. I'll come back in the next match, and then that way I'll beat my opponent 2-1. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, so I lost that match because they switched it to best of 1 format. And again, I get it. I do get it because they don't want their employees working, a long period of time, like 20 plus hours. I get it. The players don't want to play that long. They don't want to play till 1 a.m. Like, that's insane. So rounds now became best of one format, and it's 30 minutes per round plus 5 minutes of overtime. So the whole tournament's been kind of a shit show, honestly. Luckily, the organizer is providing extra prizing to compensate those who waited, stayed, or even like dropped and participated. So at least there's that. They're at least, compensating the players for this inconvenience and this craziness. Luckily, this is just the DC Cup and not a regional, because if it was a regional, I would be even more pissed off, So hopefully by Sunday they solve this issue. My fingers are crossed, but that's kind of like all of the information that I have. Don't really feel like providing the screenshots and shit, but if you played in the tournament or are familiar with what was going on, you know what was happening. So I do applaud the judges and the organizers for doing the best that they can given this crappy situation. Bandai, if you are listening, please, please, please do something about your terrible app. There's a reason why it's rated like 1 star on the App Store. It is absolutely horrendous. It's riddled with bugs and issues. I can't tell you how many times I attend locals and the Bandai TCG Plus app is malfunctioning. And that's what happened with this tournament, is that app, not only was it taking too long to populate match results and drops and all those things, like, it's just a hassle to navigate as well. Like, the UI is just god awful. So please, 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 Bandai, do something about this. Do something about the app. Make it better. Do better. But that's kind of what I have to say today. I know it's a bit of a short video. I will most likely do another video reporting on how I did in the DC Cup. And I will be attending the regional on Sunday, so fingers crossed I do well. With that being said, hopefully those players, if you're listening to this, hang in there, stay strong, and don't let this discourage you. I know it sucked. This tournament was, a oddball, for lack of a better word. So please hang in there. Don't let this discourage you any further. And hopefully the regional goes better. But yeah, with that being said, stay safe out there. And above all else, I do hope that you guys stay rad.